Good morning. We are hiking the Indian Pools Trail this morning. It is a little trail right behind China Peak, if you know where that is. But should be a fun little trail. And we were talking this morning because we did our backpacking trip last week. When we put on our day packs, they felt so light. So seems like this will feel very chill in comparison. So that's awesome. But already pretty beautiful. Lots of trees and walking next to a little creek. So real pretty. Okay. Okay, so I know that I said it was gonna be chill, and then we were scaling rocks to get to this point. But I think that's the only time we'll have to do it, because I'm pretty sure there's another trail that we can take on the way back that won't have us do that. But we did want to do this because it takes you right next to the creek, so it's pretty on the way over. And it wasn't too bad. It wasn't very hard. You just have to kind of pay attention, make sure you're going the right direction. But yeah. It looks like a little pool you could kind of swim in. We did not prepare for swimming, but we've seen some people fishing around here. Is this right? Feels right. This trail is not the chill hike that I had envisioned for today. I will explain more when we get back to the car, but just know, 'tis not chill. So we're back in the truck. That trail, I would say the first maybe 2/3 of the way out is beautiful, wonderful. There's lots of spots for you to just like sit by like a pool of water or the creek and just like enjoy the time and space, which we did not do because we have to get back home and get ready for something later this evening. So that probably would have helped if we had kind of just been able to like sit and enjoy the time. But we eventually got to a point that there was a lot of like brush that you had to get through, and then after that brush, the trail was not very well marked, so it was really hard to find. It was really easy to get off trail. Once you got off trail, it was really hard to get back on trail. So that part of the hike was a little bit just like mentally exhausting for me. So I would recommend the first part of the hike. I don't know that I would recommend for everyone to do the entire hike. If you enjoy kind of like that sort of hike where you're constantly trying to like figure out your navigation and really like mentally taxing kind of hikes, then I would recommend doing the whole thing. But for me, I prefer a more like, oh, I can just like, I know where the trail is. Mostly I can just like go and enjoy the hike and enjoy that time. So I don't know that I would recommend this trail for everybody, but I will say the first part of it is beautiful, so that's probably worth the trip. But yeah, those are my thoughts and feelings. There was a portion of the hike that I was just like a little bit mentally exhausted, but yeah. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, the first, couple miles are fantastic. Relatively easy, doable. You have alternate routes so that can make it more difficult or easier. But there is a certain point where it just becomes difficult, and it's easy to slip. Wear good shoes, because we've done this trail once before and it was a lot slicker, we noticed that we were a lot more comfortable scaling some of the rocks in our new boots that we got recently. So yeah, but overall, I think I enjoyed the hike quite a bit. There was a lot of birding that you could do, a lot of lizards.
A lot of lizards.
So
cute little baby lizards too.
but that's my takeaways from this hike.
Yeah. I will say, when we did this hike before, we only did the first part of it. So we went into it kind of with the expectation that that's what the whole trail was going to be like. But yeah, it changes up a little bit once you get farther into it. Yeah, that's it for today. We're gonna head home and see you next